Hey guys, so today I'm going to be reviewing After You by Jojo Moyes, and this is a sequel to Me Before You, and I highly suggest you go read that book before you watch this video. Cry a little bit, get it all out, then go watch the movie trailer starring Emilia Clarke and Sam Claflin. Cry a little bit more, and then come back and watch this video. But today I'm just going to share my thoughts on this book, and I have mixed reviews. Mixed reviews? Don't hate me, I'm sorry. I love the way Jojo Moyes writes. I think she's a beautiful storyteller, but I don't think we needed this book. Because as much as the ending to Me Before You was so sad and so tragic, there was a sense of hopefulness in the unknown, and this book just kind of squashed that. I feel like in the past 2 to 3 years, sequels and revivals and even prequels have been so popular in like the media today and with movies and in books. So I don't know if she just kind of jumped on that bandwagon and was like, oh, I'll write a sequel to this. And I just feel like this book was almost unnecessary. As much as I want a sequel and like want all the excitement and wonderfulness, is that a word, that is a first book or a first movie, I think people need to stop making sequels. I think that is what needs to happen. Just stop where it is, keep it what it is, it's good. This book starts months after the end of Me Before You, and Louisa is not doing good. She's not at the place where you thought she would be at the end of Me Before You, which was one thing that really bothered me, because you thought that she was going to be okay, and as hard as it was going to be, she was going to get through it, but after you was like, nope, not happening. One night, she is up on her balcony, turns, thinks she sees or hears Will, trips, and falls off her balcony. And her whole family thinks that she's trying to kill herself or whatever, but she's not. She just thought she heard a voice. And one of the paramedics, Sam, who comes to save her, they kind of form this friendship bond. They're just kind of there for each other throughout the whole story. But the main thing that happens in this story is that we find out that Will actually has a 16-year-old daughter that he never knew about. And Lily is your typical kind of angsty teenager who hates her mom and her family and just is not in a good way, and she wants to know more about her dad that she never knew, and she only found out about him after he died because she like forced it out of her mom. So she comes to Louisa to try to figure out who her dad was and everything, and then she ends up living with Louisa, and I just feel like this book was so unnecessary, and I'm telling you, like, the plot and everything that happens, and I'm like, what is this book? What is this? I just feel like this whole thing was so out of left field. Like, why did she write this book? I did not need this book. I did not need to know that Will had a daughter. I don't really care that Louisa now has this paramedic Sam that she goes to. And then at the end of the story, she goes to America to treat another guy that's sick and dying. Like, what? I just feel like she had no clue what she was gonna do, and she's like, oh, I've got an idea. Let's give Will a daughter that he's never going to meet and just make everyone more upset. Yeah, let's do that. I am sounding very harsh right now, I know that. I love Jojo Moyes, do not get me wrong. I love the way she writes and how she can tell her stories. I just don't like this particular story. I want to keep Me Before You in this little bubble of perfection and just kind of forget I ever read After You. Does that sound good? I think you can appreciate this book if you take a step back and kind of have a more realistic picture of where you think Louisa is going to be, and not this like, oh, Louisa is so happy after Will and she can do anything. I think you need to go in with it with low expectations. That's awful. That's really bad. So, that was my book review for After You by Jojo Moyes. I hope you all enjoyed this video, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, guys.